Keep an eye on your dinner plate. It may look different in the future because of climate change. As droughts last longer and temperatures continue to increase, America's food supply could be in trouble.
Water is fundamental to agricultural production, and as many parts of the United States, the West has been in drought over different areas for the last 10 to 15 years.
Let's go back to your plate. You have your broccoli, some potatoes, and a hamburger. Now look at how much water it takes to produce each part of this meal. 2.2 gallons for the broccoli, 25 gallons for these potatoes, and a whopping 450 gallons of water for this quarter-pound burger.
He's jumping, there's a reason I need to jump.
Steve Tellum is a cattle rancher in San Diego, California. He raises his cows on an open range. Each cow drinks 10 gallons of water a day, or 3,650 gallons of water a year.
Over the last 15 years here, we've only had basically 2 good wet, rainy years since 2000.
Today, California is facing one of the severest droughts on record. This has complicated farming so much that many ranchers have had to sell off their cattle just to keep their businesses going.
About 15 to 20% of the severity of the California drought over the last 3 years is a consequence of global warming.
Here in the last 4 years, we have basically cut our cow herd down by over 50%. This is the smallest number of animals that I've had in almost my lifetime.
Water for these cows to drink, water to help grow their food, and also water to clean their pens. In fact, add that all up, and that's more water than the people of California consume each year. A lot of water for a small slice of beef. Higher water costs means cows are more expensive to raise, making beef more expensive to buy.
Most people, when they walk into the supermarket, all they see is that package of meat right there. You've got to look back. Where did that meat come from? Who supplied it? Who grew it?
Growing and caring for livestock is also an expense for the environment. Cows naturally release methane gas into the air, a greenhouse gas similar to carbon dioxide, but 23 times more hazardous. So farming cows leaves a pretty heavy carbon footprint on the earth.
Eating one hamburger is equivalent to driving your car around for 3 days straight.
Many environmentalists are pushing for us to eat less beef, which would cut back on the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. But beef isn't the only food causing concern. Other forms of agriculture like grains, fruits, and vegetables are using a lot of water, especially in the Golden State. California produces more than 1/3 of the nation's vegetables and 2/3 of the nation's fruits and nuts. To grow that food, farmers use about 80% of all water used in the state. So nationwide, the average American consumes more than 300 gallons of California water each week. What is this?
This is my main shutoff for the water.
Enrico Ferraro is a California farmer in the San Diego area. He produces about 10,000 pounds of avocados a season, but has had to cut back due to the rising cost of water.
Some of the neighbors out here have been dealing with higher water costs and higher labor costs. At some point, it no longer pencils out to keep the property going, and so they've shut off their water at this point.
On top of this hill, you can see what's left of the neighboring farms, and it's pretty deserted. Rising temperatures have made avocados much more expensive to sell, so many farms are shutting down.
Avocados are a high-value crop, and they are important for the agricultural economy of California.
A recent study estimates climate change could kill more than 500,000 people around the world by 2050 by making their diets less healthy.
The expectation is as temperatures increase, yields will decrease in specific areas. We have 7 billion people on the planet currently. We are expecting at least 9 billion over the course of this century. So that's a lot more mouths to feed.
Ariel Hickson, Channel 1 News.